Hello children, welcome back. Time for your next class. Today's topic, the title of the chapter is Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. The writer is Satyajit Ray. Satyajit Ray is one of the most celebrated Indian film director, writer and illustrator. He is known for his books as much as he is known for his movies. He is celebrated for his works like the Apu trilogy, The Music Room, The Big City, Charulata, and he was born in Kolkata in 1921 and he passed away in 1992. These are few of his pictures. Him as a director with the camera and writing. These are some of his works, the written works. These are the books. And these are some of his most famous movies. Now let's read the chapter. As always, I've got you the animated version of the chapter. So as you read, you'll be able to see as well. Every Monday on his way back from work, Bipin Chaudhary would drop in at Kali Charan's in New Market to buy books. What is Kali Charan's? It's the name of the store. Crime stories, ghost stories and thrillers, he had to buy at least 5 at a time to last him through the week. So we know that he is an avid reader. He enjoys reading. Obviously, that is why he needs at least 5 books for the week. He lived alone, was not a good mixer, had few friends and didn't like spending time in idle chat. So he was not good with socializing. He didn't have any family living with him and all that he enjoyed was reading. Today at Kali Charan's, Bipin Babu had the feeling that someone was observing him from close quarters. What is close quarters? A distance. A distance that is someone standing nearby. Okay? So he is at the same bookshop where he goes every day and he's saying that someone is looking at him. He has that feeling. He turned around and found himself looking at a round-faced, meek-looking man who now broke into a smile. Who's meek? Meek is an underconfident person. The person says, I don't suppose you recognize me. So sometimes it happens you go out and you meet someone and the person knows you and remembers you and maybe you've forgotten about that person. So this person says, I don't think you recognize me. Bipin Chaudhary, Bipin Babu says, have we met before? We met every day for a whole week. I arranged for a car to take you to the Hudro Falls in 1958 in Ranchi. My name's Piramal Ghosh. Now Bipin Babu realized that it was not he but this man who was making a mistake. Bipin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He had been at the point of going several times but never made it. Do you know who I am? Do I know you? Who doesn't know Bipin Chaudhary? Still you are making a mistake. One often does. I've never been to Ranchi. What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary? Says the other fellow. You had a fall in Hudro and cut your right knee. I brought you an iodine. I had fixed a car up for you to go to Netherhard the next day, but you couldn't because of the pain in the knee. So this man knows quite some details about Mr. Bipin Chaudhary. And this fellow insists that he knows him, whereas Bipin Chaudhary has no memory of knowing him. And now he's given him a detail. He's told him that you cut your knee at the falls. Can't you recall anything? Someone else you know who was also in Ranchi at that time, Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee? So now Bipin Chaudhary is asking, which month in 58 are you talking about? October. No sir, I spent puja in 58 with a friend in Kanpur. You are making a mistake. And he says, good day. But the man didn't go, nor did he stop talking. Because this man is certain that he knows Bipin Chaudhary. Bipin Chaudhary is certain that he doesn't know the man. Now he's going back home. It was inconceivable that he should forget such an incident which took place only 6 or 7 years ago. He had an excellent memory. So now he's thinking, I have a good memory. I don't forget things so easy. And such an important incident 6 or 7 years ago, how would I forget? So now he's thinking, am I losing my mind? But how could that be? I'm working daily in my office, it's a big firm, and I'm doing a responsible job. I'm aware about everything. Only today I spoke about an important meeting. And yet, the man knew so much about me. He knew all the intimate details about me, my wife's death, my brother's insanity. The only mistake, and the rest of the details that that man gave were all correct. About the reading interest of Mr. Chaudhary, about his wife's death, about his brother going mentally ill. So, all those details were correct. But the only thing that the man didn't say correctly was that Mr. Chaudhary went to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. So, he's saying he's lying deliberately. I remember it correctly. I never went to Ranchi. So, now what do you think he's going to do next? Very strange. One evening I had tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow. So Bipin Babu is still thinking about that man. Bipin Babu's car was safely parked in Bertram Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. And now he's thought about the intruder so much, but now he's regretting that he was paying so much attention to the intruder. He'd never been to Ranchi, there's no question about it. Though he's constantly thinking about it, but he's certain that he's never been to Ranchi. Now Bipin Babu's very close friend Chunni has come home, and Bipin Babu asks him, "Do you remember anything about the Ranchi trip?" So he says, "Do you mean you have doubts about having gone at all? Bipin, have you taken to drugs or something? You had a clean record where such things were concerned. You can't really mean that you've forgotten all about the trip." That means Bipin Babu's friend Chunni knows about that trip and he remembers it. But Bipin Babu always avoided Chunni. Whenever Chunni Lal would come home, he was looking for a job. He would tell Bipin Babu to look for a job for him. And whenever he came, Bipin Babu would lie. He would say, "I am not at home, I am not available." He would tell that to his servant, "Go tell him that I am not available, I wouldn't be able to meet him." But today he went down to meet Chunni. Why? Because he wanted to confirm about the trip of Ranchi. And what did Chunni tell him? He told him, "Yes, you did go. How can you forget? You were all right." Chunni's look of amazement was not unmixed with worry. So Chunni was concerned. He was worried. He was thinking, "My God, my friend is going crazy. He doesn't remember anything at all." Bipin Babu had to turn away from Chunni's incredulous stare. He sighed and shook his head. "I've been working too hard. That must be the reason. Must see or consult a specialist." So now Bipin Babu is thinking that maybe I need to see a doctor. Doubtless it was Bipin's condition which made Chunni Lal leave without mentioning anything about a job. So he'd come there to mention about a job that he needed, but he had to leave because Bipin Babu was not in a state to talk. Paresh Chand was a young physician with a pair of bright eyes and a sharp nose. He became thoughtful when he heard about Bipin Babu's symptoms. So he went to a physician and told him his symptoms, that he remembered almost everything, but there's this one certain trip he can't remember. "Look, Dr. Chanda, I'm desperate. You cure me of this horrible illness. I can't tell you how it's affecting my work." Before going to the doctor, Bipin Babu also checked his knee for the so-called injury that the intruder said he had. So he rolled up his sleeve of his trouser and he saw that there was a mark on his knee. There was a mark on his right knee, just the way the intruder had defined. Now the intruder would know such an intimate detail as to what kind of cut he has on his knee without knowing him. That's highly improbable. So now he's thinking, "My God, there's a mark, 1-inch long cut. Now what do I do? Had I never had a fall as a boy and cut my knee?" He can't even remember that now. He tried to recall such an incident but could not. Then he suddenly thought of a friend, Dinesh Mukherjee. The man had said that Dinesh too was in Ranchi. So that intruder had said that you were not alone when you came to Ranchi. There was a friend of yours who was with you. His name was Dinesh. So he thought of giving Dinesh a call. But he thought, what if I'm wrong? What if I went to Ranchi and I've forgotten about it totally? Then Dinesh will make good fun of me. He's going to laugh at me and he's going to make jokes about me, which I'm not going to like. I know how ruthless Dinesh's sarcasm can be. So now, finally, Bipin Babu decides to call Dinesh. And what does he find out? Dinesh says, yes, we went to Ranchi. You were there with me. Instead, I have been to Ranchi twice. And in my second trip, you were there with me. Don't you remember? Now Bipin Babu's head has started spinning. He's thinking, my God, so many people remember me going to Ranchi. How come I don't remember it? Imagine such a thing happening to you. Everyone saying, yes, you did it, and you don't remember doing it. The same thing's happening to him. So when Bipin Babu narrated all these things to the doctor said, I've never had to deal with a case such as yours. Frankly, it is quite outside my field of experience. But I have one suggestion. I don't know if it will work, but it's worth a try. So what does the doctor suggest? The doctor suggests that you go to the place. Go to Ranchi, go to the falls where you hit your knee, and maybe you'll remember something. So what does Bipin Babu do? And the doctor gives him tranquilizers or nerve tonic, and he tells him that sleep is essential so that your symptoms do not become worse. So what does Bipin Babu do? He calls and books a first class ticket to Ranchi the very same evening. Next morning, when he gets off the train at Ranchi, he realizes that he has never been there. The moment he gets down there, he thinks that he's never been there. Now, he got out of the station, took a taxi, drove around the town for a while and looked at the streets and buildings and tried to remember if he had ever been there. He's saying, I'm sure I've never been here before, but a trip to Hudro Falls, maybe it will help. Maybe I should go to the place where I hit my knee. Maybe that will help. And he's saying, I don't want to leave without making the best efforts, without having tried enough. So he arranged a car and he left for Hudro. At 5 o'clock, some Gujarati tourists, they found Bipin Babu lying unconscious besides a boulder. When he came around, when he woke up, when he gained consciousness, the first thing he said was, I'm finished, there's no hope left for me. Why do you think he says that? He says that because he thinks that I can't remember anything. Now I'm fainting and losing consciousness, and I am going to lose the control of my life. When you don't remember things, you tend to lose control of your life. That's what's going to happen to him. That's what he thinks. So next morning, Bipin Babu was back in Calcutta. He realized that there was truly no hope for him. Soon he would lose everything, his will to work, his confidence, his ability, his balance of mind. He thought he was going crazy and maybe he would be set up into a mental asylum. He rang up Dr. Chandra and asked him to come over. Then he took a shower and he got into a bed with an ice bag clamped on his head. Just then the servant brought in a letter that someone had left in the letterbox. It was a greenish envelope with his name in red ink on it. So now he's gotten an envelope. You all remember Chunni, right? Chunni was his school friend, Dr. Chaudhary's school friend. They'd been together, they were friends. But when Chunni's hard time began and when he couldn't find a job, he turned to his friend who was Dr. Bipin Chaudhary. But Bipin Chaudhary did not really help him at that point of time. He started avoiding it. Is it the right thing to do? When your friends need you, you avoid them? No. So now let's see what happened. In spite of his condition, Bipin Babu had a feeling that he ought to go through the letter. He tore open the envelope and what does he read? Dear Bipin, I had no idea that affluence would bring about the kind of change in you that it has done. Was it so difficult for you to help out an old friend down on his luck? I have no money, so my resources are limited. But what I do have is imagination, a part of which I used in retribution of your unfeeling behavior. Well, you'll be right again now. A novel I've published is being considered by a publisher. If he likes it enough, it'll see me through the next few months. Yours, Chunni. What does it mean? What does this letter mean? This letter means that this entire show, the entire feeling that was generated in Mr. Bipin Chaudhary was because of his friend. Chunni staged this entire show. He sent that intruder with the information that he had. Chunni was his best friend. He was Bipin Babu's very close friend who had all the possible information about him. This was Chunni's response. It was his way to get back to his friend. That friend who was very close to him but never helped him when his bad time started. So, what did Chunni do? He set up a stage. He sent that intruder. He also talked to Bipin Babu's friend Dinesh, because Dinesh also said that he went to Ranchi. So, what's the reality? The reality is Bipin Chaudhary never went to Ranchi. But this entire story was created to scare him, to make him realize. And this story was created because Chunni is a creator. He writes stories and he's written a novel. And maybe he will take inspiration from this episode in his novel. So it was staged to make him realize how it feels when you forget something. Just like Bipin Chaudhary forgot his friend. How conveniently he forgot his dear friend and stopped meeting him, stopped seeing him, and started ignoring him. So this is what happens when you forget something. This is how you feel. When Bipin Chaudhary read that letter, the entire episode became very clear to him. He realized he was not losing his mind. He realized that he did not need to go to an asylum, but he also realized how he left his dear friend in need waiting. When the doctor finally comes, Bipin Chaudhary says, "I'm fine. It all came back as soon as I got off the train at Ranchi." Doctor says, "A unique case. I shall certainly write about it in a medical journal. But if you are fine, why did you call me?" He'd called him because he thought he was not fine. But before the doctor came, he'd already realized what was wrong with him. "Well, I have a pain in the hip from a fall I had in Ranchi. If you could prescribe a painkiller." That's where the story ends. I hope you all enjoyed the story very much. And what is the message that we get from the story? The message is that you should never forget your near and dear ones, and especially in their times of need. When it's their time of need, you should be available for them. But you also see how wonderfully Chunni got back, how he made sure that his friend understood the responsibility that he had and made sure that he realizes his mistake. We'll discuss the question answers in the group. Bye, children.
अभी एक और बनाना